Hi, and welcome back to another video on the Budget Mini Clubman. Right, I haven't got too much time today, so it's going to be a real quick one. Basically, I want to try and get the floor pan fitting in the aperture as best as possible. I think I'm going to have to cut out a bit more of the car and then trim the panel basically to suit. How much of this I have to take out, I'm not too sure. Primarily, I want to keep as many sort of datum points of the floor as possible. But really, I have got a brand new square floor to go in this bit, so I'm going to try and use as much of the good steel as possible. Right, so what I'll do is I'll flip you around now and I'll show you what we've got to play with, and let's see if we can make a bit of a game plan here. Right, so floor pan is sort of basically sat in as it was. If you remember from the last episode, I cut out this section here. There was a poor repair in there. So this part of the floor here that's come on the new piece, I'm going to cut that off, and I'm probably going to make a line along there and marry it up with the existing floor of the car. You can trim back this bit here and sort of go from there with that. I want to keep as much of this bit as possible because that's really nice. Obviously I'll trim around the subframe mount there, so we'll do that. But obviously you can see where all the bad parts of the original floor were if you saw the previous episode, and yeah, we've eliminated all that. Got a new ledge to weld to our flitch panel repair, which I'll make to go in there, and obviously brand new inner seal included on it. So once it's in, you can sort of see it's going to solve all the problems. So without further ado, let's do a bit of head scratching, let's do a bit of trimming and see where we get. Right, so bring you guys back in there. You obviously saw what I was doing. I was trying to clean back things a little bit. I've got rid of that corner piece there. Again, it's a bit of surface rust there, very minor, but really good, solid. I'm really impressed with that ledge there. So every time I've done any work with floors, that's normally gone as well. So I'm chuffed with that. I basically just started marking on the floor. I don't need this looking at it. So, and what I want to do is try and make these flutes line up with the existing flutes, obviously on the car. So, like mentioned, I'm going to get rid of this bit that sits up against that, because I don't need that. So, I'm wondering if I mark along there, cut all of that off, and then hopefully I can get it to sit down low enough, and then I can look at trimming back this edge and go from there. So that's what I'm going to try and do next. Right, so as you can see, I've cut that off now, so it now sits down a bit lower. I've nicked a little bit out of there very roughly. When the floor pan sits down, you can see it reveals the other hole, so I won't go too mad with that yet until I've got it perfect how I want it. All of that, like I said, I'm going to leave. All of that seems to fit really nice. What I'm going to do is get some clamps on this doorstep, sort of try and pull all this tight. But going underneath, it's lining up quite well. So what I'm going to do, so I've got the poor light there, I'm going to make a line along, and I'm going to try and get the floor to sit lower and where it should be. But all along there, I'm pretty happy with that once that's all pulled tight. So it'll be nice having a whole fresh floor pan in. So right, I'm going to mark it out and then go from there. I'll bring you guys back in a sec. Right, so with quite a bit of fettling, I think I'm 95% there. So you can see these flutes line up well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to joggle this edge on the floor. From looking at some other builds, that seems to be the strongest and best way to do. I mean, I've only ever done the full floor in the 89, and I've done like floor repairs in the past, but I think this is going to be the best way to go. So I'm going to joggle this edge, keep the strength, joggle it all around there, again to keep the strength. I'm going to clean all this back. This is that part of the toe board, and I'm really confident that's all going to weld nice. We've got the right shape. I mean, it's really nice and tight around here, so just seeing it in place looks 10 times better. So I think we're there with that. So I'll show you the top half. Right, so like I said, I'm going to joggle it all down there to keep the strength. If it trims out that bit there for the subframe mount, what I might do is just take that bit off there as well, because they have like a strap, and I don't obviously want that disrupting the subframe area any more than it needs to be. So I'll just take that off there. Obviously all that's this is going to get plug welded, and that's going to get plug welded, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy underneath once that's joggled, that's going to be fine. And all the way along there is lining up perfectly within the flutes from the original floor. Obviously all this is going to get cleaned back. I'm not even going to attempt to weld today, but I'm really chuffed. It's given me a bit more of a area as well to work with when I do my repair from the other side for this panel here. So right, I think that might be it for this episode. It's really a quick one, a bit of a boring one to be completely honest, but you can see the sort of things you face when you're trying to do one of these yourself. Obviously this is our £10 floor, so they are pattern parts. They aren't going to fit perfectly all the time, but all in all, I wanted the flutes to line up, and I'm quite chuffed with that. And all around there, so nice. It's so nice and tight. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So I'm gonna nick that off. I'm gonna joggle it up. Next episode, hopefully, we'll be welding. Right, guys, I'll leave that episode there. I appreciate it probably wasn't the most fun episode to watch, but you can see the sort of challenges you face. Like I said, about fitting one of these floor pans. I'm really confident now I'm going to get it in. Like I mentioned, I've had a quick look myself. Again, I'm learning while I'm doing this. I've never fitted a repair pan like this. Never done it before. I've seen them done. I've just never had a car good enough where I can get away with just repairing the pan. Looking on the passenger side, I can see me having to do the whole pan again. This side I could have probably got away with it, but it was really about having some decent metal to weld to, so I cut right back to get something decent. But yeah, passenger side's obviously going to be in another episode completely, a bit way down the line yet, but that's going to need the whole floor pan, I reckon, that whole section. So basically we've got the same for the other side, but it's definitely going to need it all from looking at it underneath. Plus maybe some repairs to the exhaust tunnel, because it seems to have rusted upwards. But we'll leave that there, it's another episode. As for the driver's side, I'm going to joggle the edges, I'm going to clean back all the metal in the car, I'm going to get everything in zinc primer, ready to rock and roll with the welder. And yeah, hopefully the next episode we'll see some welds on it. We can get this boxed off, we can finish the bits on the doorstep that need just retidying up from pulling those spot welds, and ready for the seal then. But before then you'll see the colour, because I'm going to paint the cavities, but obviously can't paint the cavities until I've got the floor plan in place, and I'll do that repair as well on the flitch. So I think we're maybe 3 to 4 episodes away from seeing some colour, so I do apologise for that. I did think I'd get the floor in a bit quicker, but lifetime work, it all gets in the way. I'm doing this literally a few hours between everything else, so please bear with me, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. I've had a massive amount of subscribers come through in the last sort of few weeks. I can't thank you enough. It really, really does fill me with a lot of joy that you guys want to watch and you want to learn with me and you want to follow my build. Once again, I do this, guys, for you guys out there. I do it to my own personal blog, and I think it's a good reference to have, and I'm learning, you're learning, some of you are experts, but we're all in it together. We're all into classic cars, so it's all one big journey to me, and we'll all get there in the end, and we can all get together at shows and enjoy them. That is the whole point of it. So yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for subscribing and new subscribers. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, because there's plenty more to come. And give Keith a massive thank you on Classic Mini Workshop. He gave me a shout out on Friday last week, and I can't thank him enough for that. So So thank you, Keith. I watch all manners of YouTube. I watch card restoration. I'm trying to learn wiring. That's my own thing, my new thing that I want to try and learn. I want to do some engine work, which I hope to bring to the channel. I'm always learning as well. So the fact that the mini community is behind each other it fills me with a lot of joy to know that it's still going strong like that. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.